Can you imagine somebody coming on stage saying fence a piece for another fence? You know that kind of stuff. Say our fence, the verse for this other compound oga. So as your guy they drive, they can have our fence piece for. So the children of this fence, I could go tell you know that kind of.
So today on Abujawaka promises to be really exciting because I've got someone in their house, an amazing guy, an amazing comedian who, when you listen to him talk, you just wonder what's this guy saying, what motivates his type of comedy and all. He's not that person than my own person. Your own person is the boss.
Alright, my people. You're talking with no other person but Mr. Paul, and I'm a stand-up comedian. I base presently in Lagos, so I'm in Lagos now. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get into the comedy industry?
Okay, on a quick one, because it's a very long story. A friend of mine discovered me from the church, and his name is Henry Young. You get, so he introduced me to his friends and started taking me around. And that is just how I started, you get. So
you like to say that from the period between you when you moved to Lagos, from when you started to when you moved to Lagos, you started comedy in Warri?
Yes. So, yeah, in fact, I learned the craft there.
Okay, so how is it so far?
Oh, it's been very fine, if I'll put it that way, because, starting from Warri actually showed me so many things about different part of this comedy of a thing. It was in Warri I was taught how to hold the mic. I know you'll be surprised that there is a way you hold the mic. This mic you're seeing, you can't just grab the mic like that. I learned how to hold the mic and how to start a show, the kind of jokes I crack. In fact, I learned the craft there. You get. So moving to Lagos, I would just say it's as a result of me looking forward for a bigger platforms to get. So basically, I learned the craft in Warri. I did everything in Warri, and I still like my Warri, but I just have to move on. So that's what I had to.
Okay. So how many years have you been in the business?
You won't let me out now. They're looking like small picky for the industry now. Actually, as from 2012, I was doing it as passion. So 2015, that's when I started
business.
Yeah, the business started coming in. So
okay, so between 2012 and now, how would you describe your growth rate?
I really suppose not say it myself. I really don't want to give myself the percentage, you understand?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll leave that for people to judge. But from that time till now, it has been good.
So I know you will agree with me that you don't do the normal comedy people do. Yes.
Is it really? No, the thing is, comedy has different genres. You get, comedy has different, like if it is other way to define it, you say different species of, but in comedy you say different genres, like different part of it, So unlike mine, what I thought is, maybe people seem to see it from another angle. Maybe they've not seen it before. That's why a lot of people thought I am saying things that looks unreal, and though it's funny. If I'll put it, I'm doing the normal comedy everybody is doing. You get? I'm doing the normal comedy everybody is doing. So it's just that my colleagues will say they can't fathom the way I imagined, and that is comedy for you. A lot of comedians felt, since I'm talking abstract things, so it's like I'm not true like them, that are saying things that are real. And if you check my performance always, anything I say, you can relate to it. So what you can relate to, why would you call it abstract? So,
in your style of comedy, you just leave people to imagine after you've left, like, what is this guy trying to say?
Yeah. That's comedy. That's part of comedy too.
Okay.
Your imagination. You imagine. You need to. We're bringing things that are not existing into existence. You get, and so that's the fact. Like there are some other comedians who do music.
Right.
You get, but there are some who come out to do recitation of rhymes and all those ones. So my just from this angle. And so if you see it like, okay, I say things you don't understand, and the way God created me. Those who knew me when I started comedy, I wasn't like this. This is not the way I performed. I am the type who I like doing things that will wow people. You get? Now, when I started comedy in Warri then, though as a fresher, the comedians in Warri there, they always testify like they want to see me perform. Even when I wasn't performing like this then, but because I do research a lot. I do research. Now, when we finish performing, I'll go home and begin to think down. Just in case I found myself in a situation whereby I'm asked to do something now, I'm always ready. You get? So that extra time that I'm giving now, I have an edge over my friends. You get? So most times when I come out to perform, I always do this one liner before. I'll say, now Jackpot for Warri, now if you see where they use Camry, take the two trailer, wait for gutter. Look that kind of thinking. I say, okay, now for Warri for the CV, they say roasted plantain for Barbie Saloon. No, that was what the one line I was doing then. It was kind of a one liner thing. So I ended up seeing my colleagues from other states coming to Warri, picking those same words, going back to Benin and say, now for Benin, for Sweden they do so thing. Now for Calabar, Sweden they do so thing. Now for Port Harcourt. So it was easy for them to pick. So that was where I started thinking. And I had to pray. I was like, God, man, to be frank, if I want to do something different, if you want to trend in this business, in any business, you must come in a different form. You get? Sure. So that was where I started saying, okay, I think I need to do something different. Let me crack a joke that somebody can even pick it up and start saying it, So that's how I started all these things. And it all started in Calabar. In Calabar, I still remember the day when I started this thing. It was the last Prophet's show. And I when I finished performing, I sat down, I was pondering. When my guys were jubilating, I was pondering like, am I sure I'm the one who performed just now? Because this is not what I planned to do. But when I climbed there, I had a switch, And it was the situation there that actually caused my switching again. So I switched and it went down straight. So, but it took me time to get this whole thing sink into the mind of, because I had to convince them it's a comedy style. Well, a lot of people, can you imagine somebody coming on stage saying fence a piece for another fence? That kind of stuff. Say our fence, the verse for this other compound, so as your guy they drive, they can have our fence piece for. So the children of this fence, I could tell, that kind of, that thinking. Yeah. So when I started this, this is the way they laugh, you understand? So, that kind of thing. Yeah. I had to convince people. That this thing is not just one. I had them mush. So if it were to be, I just did that. And I never had another stuff to replace what I did before. So I had, imagine most times now, if I sit amongst comedians, they are even the one reminding me of some of the rubbish I've said before, Like, hey, bro, you don't do this again, you have stopped this your joke, so you are, that kind of. So I had them so much, like that on ground. A lot of people felt this rubbish talk is easy. They don't know I do rehearsals on all these things. They felt I just come on stage and started talking. I intentionally say things on stage, not that I just come up. Even before saying it on stage, I have had it tried personally. I have checked the length, the breadth, the height, the width, where this thing will end. You understand? So, but it's just that the little ones that pops up on stage, they're still there. Some will just come up and I'll just include it in the lines. Like some colleagues will say, I'm that kind of person who will come on stage and say something that is foolish. Unlike them, that they already know this guy is coming. So if they not say something foolish, they look like maybe they are making mistakes. Or like me, a mistake is like something right for me. But I almost said bro. I remember you're not bro. So but the truth is, it took me time. And God helping me. Because I wasn't accepted the first time when I started this, to be frank. Because it was you can't stand and start telling people somebody enter motor, now your head come out, the head come go hang, the same person call they ask you. Sometimes when I think all these jokes out, personally, I feel the joy in me that this thing is going to be funny. Like it's them going to be funny. You get? So when I had that now, so it's not left for me to see how I'm going to start it and how I'm going to end it. So that's where the works comes in. So I wake up, I write down. If I show you my books, I write topics down. I go back and stretch them. I go back. So when I catch any idea now, I just write it down. If I'm online, I see anything, I screenshot it. I'll definitely go back. So I have, like my phone, I go back to my screenshots steady because there are so many funny things there. So those funny stories, short funny stories, those are most of them I build on, and there are some that comes, directly like that. So
have you ever gotten feedback to say, man, you are weird, you are just strange, I don't know how you think? So have you gotten feedbacks like that?
Personally, I'm a guy who doesn't like bad energy. You understand? When I mean I don't like bad energy is if I'm in a business and somebody, I hate friends that will discourage me. If I'm doing anything, especially that's why most I hate going through my comments. But just that recently, there was one time when I started, if I go through my comment, I would just feel discouraged. There are times somebody will say, which kind of comment with this? This one will ever go far. This one a rubbish stuff. This one no, this kind of comment. So, but recently now, I have many people talking up my style than those talking it down. You get? So that's when I find it easy going online, checking comments and all this stuff. But basically, I have had people who talk me down, and some of them I used to delete comments. If I go on my comment and I see somebody saying something, I wipe it off. Because I will not want to see it again.
Yeah.
Because I'm that person that immediately I start seeing that, it will kill my energy of working further. So immediately I see that, though I accept criticisms, if you come and tell me, bro, this is not good, do it this way, I see you criticizing constructively. Unlike those ones that will criticize you destructively, they want to destroy you, and that's why they are criticizing you. So if you are constructively criticizing me, I will know, I will be happy. I want to work further. I want to grow on so I have comedians who are bold enough to call me and say, bro, let them not to know you on this style, so that you will not stereotype yourself. So sometimes if on a flip of it, try and do something different. You understand? So
So what was your biggest platform when you started?
When I started, my biggest platform.
The platform that gave you that push that
yes, I can still remember now. I always say, first of all, okay, let me just be straight. The biggest platform that actually gave me other big platform is Warri again. And that was 2017 December. Again, Warri again. That was my first time performing in a co-hotel. And immediately I finished performing, that was when AY ran back to the stage, picked me up. The same thing, that's where Basket saw me, picked me up. That's where Alibaba saw me. In fact, the rest people got connected to me through that platform. So it was Warri again that actually showed me to the world. Okay,
so now I realized that we see you on the screen more often, like movies.
Okay.
Yeah, so like talking about Papa Benji and Flatmates. So how did you get into movies?
Oh, am I even into movie? I'm not into movie yet. It was just like I said it just now that I got connected to these guys in question through the Warri Again brand, and it was there Basket got my number, and Basket was interested in my style of comedy. He had to call me. He called and we talk. He was like, man, there was one word he said to me that I will never run dry content. Like I won't run dry of content because there are so many rubbish things going on every day. That gave me, in fact, it gives me that mindset like, man, okay, if this is it. Because sometimes I just believe one of these days, hey, somebody's going to run dry, you will not have content again. And so when he said that, I said, okay, it's a hope, you know. So what he just said that sometimes when I lack content, there are some areas I'll just go to shield there and I'll start seeing things to start talking about. So he was the one who called and basket himself. So he called that you come and do one of those Sundays. There's one Sunday comedy he did during this lockdown, this coronavirus. So he said I should come and take a part of that stuff. Like I should come and perform it was a comedy online show.
Sure.
Like you perform, then they'll play it. He's playing it on his phone, you know. So I couldn't because I was in Warri, and there was lockdown then. So he replaced me with somebody else. So I wasn't happy. Like, man, these are opportunities. This would have been an avenue for people to know me now. Look at me. So, man, I had to. So it was in that process I got a call again to come to Lagos. So I just said, man, this is the time. So I had to beat even the lockdown in itself. I paid down to Lagos. You know. So when I got to Lagos, I sent him a message that I'm around. I boss laugh. Like, serious, you make it down. I say yes, it's okay. He said they will call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow for what? I never knew there was a role. They wanted to look for somebody to be a friend to I go save a Warri Boy. So that's how I got that part, and I played that part and played the other part. Even when we did a video, like in-house video with a phone, when Bushi was saying, all right, hi, hello house, and this is our new intake to flatmate. Basket said, no. It's not a new intake to flatmate, but Papa Benji. So it was in Papa Benji started chatting me up that I'm going to be playing a good role, and I should just feel free to express myself. And if I tell you the reason why he had me there, it was Basket is somebody who do things intentionally. You understand? So he told me my part I'm going to be playing and what you people are doing now, what people are talking, you know, most of when they post, some people will say, want to see Mr. Noble. Do you know this guy has said that? He told me that before we started shooting. He said this is what he want to see. That he want a situation that when Papa Benji is up, everyone will just be looking at. So when my part is coming, you want to see a situation where someone say, oh boy, come. They want to shoot that guy now. They want to shoot that guy. You know that kind of, and that's what is happening now on the Papa Benji thing. So I'm actually not that I'm into movie now, but if you give me a role, I'll play because there's no stand up again now. So it will help me because it was the boxing thing I wanted to take serious before. I get fight for Agbaro. If I win that guy now, I will not represent Delta State. That's how. If I start boxing, they laugh. If I start boxing, our money will come over. So, but the acting thing is still there. I can act, and at the same time, we'll see the wait for Lagos to open, so that I will start our normal stand-up.
Okay. So aside movies, aside comedy, what else do you do on the side?
Oh, I'm an architect, so if you build a house now, I design for you. I build a house for you, but that work is too strenuous. So when I enter comedy, I say it's easy to make money than to go to kill yourself. That time at the black now, if you see me for site work, black like. Nah, although I'm still dark, but I still design till now. I have my laptop, but I'm not with it now. So if you get design, if you give me the one I can do, I'll do it. But the one I know I'm not going to have chance to do it, I have friends that can do that for you. So but basically, I swear, comedy entertainment industry, if our government can realize that it's a big industry, we'll run leave oil. We'll run leave oil and invest in entertainment. But entertainment is if I tell what entertainment is doing in this country, that's why the country is down now, because no entertainment in Lagos. You get? So if we have resource centers that they can build on, and tourists who can be coming there, can be fetching us money and all those stuff. So many. I know there are some countries now, the only thing they do is footballing.
All right, so you know this is Abujawaka, yeah?
Yes.
So tell me, how often do you visit Abuja?
Oh, Abuja is also one of the first place, and I can still remember one time, I would also suffer for this Abuja one, coming from Warri to Abuja by road every now and then. In fact, sometimes I had to take night bus to Abuja, I started coming to Abuja some years ago. I can't really remember the year, but I think that should be 2015, when the one 2015 or 2013 or 14, when one of my friends, Mr. Steve, was the first person who brought me to Abuja, and then from there I started linking up, link up with friends and all those ones. So, but after that, I started coming to Abuja. There's one other comedian called Loud Boys that has big heads. Yeah, that one too. So we don't suffer for that guy. The entire route from 9, they come from Warri. They can't do I care that we don't care for. You understand? He's the only one who cares, but he has involved us in the caring of, So we that need care, we are not caring for, that kind of stuff. So we come like that. Mm-hmm. And so I've been coming to Abuja, and the life here in Abuja is just political. And a political life now. So you will be seeing the money and they get the money. So what's the need? And like Lagos, they share the money with us. So Abuja here, and few people. If people get money from Abuja and Lagos, they from Lagos, they come here cost money. So if you want to relax, come to Abuja. Mm-hmm. But making money here, I don't know, except you're a politician. Because even my so-called, the comedians that are here too, you cannot be in a whole state capital. You see they come Lagos, you're not supposed. Here is supposed to be enough. House is very expensive. Food store very cheap. A whole cow head is like 250, 250 naira. You understand? So this is cheap for here when it comes to food stuff.
So if you have your way, would you want to?
No. Me stay Abuja. I can't be visiting, but coming to stay in Abuja. No now.
Why?
No, I can't. No flexing here. My kind of flexing, though I've been in Warri, I spent so many time, but the few times I don't spend, I so love Lagos. I like the hold up. Let me today hold up. You did hold up. Person go do your position for hold up. When you yesterday, I hear my position. I hear my position for hold up. You did my position for hold up. That kind of. So for here, no hold up. Everybody just go fear. From hold up you connect. Boy, give me your number. Where you dey since now? Give me your number. Yeah, nothing like that. Just blow fear like that. So Abuja is fine. In fact, it's Nigerian London. Is the place where if you don't travel out, land for Lagos once. As you land, you just think, oh boy. You don't know, say you don't come back to your country again. But in Abuja, when you land, you see like who they abroad, that kind of. So basically, I would love to be visiting Abuja, but coming to stay, I love my Lagos. Die.
All right. So, is there anything you probably want to say to people watching you? Maybe those that say, that guy, I want to be like that guy someday. I want to do this. I want to do that.
There was one book I read one time that says, imitation is limitation. When you're imitating somebody, you're limiting your own attributes, you're limiting your own talent. So because everybody, we are all built individually different. You understand? We are all different. God has everybody built differently. I don't know how to put it. Like you have your own talent, I have mine, So if you want to imitate me, you are indirectly telling God that the one he gave to you is not good. You understand? So basically I would say, try be yourself, work hard and trust God. This not my story. All right, my people, Mr. Paul still remains my name, and I'm live with Abujawaka. So keep watching Abujawaka. You understand?
All right.
That's how we roll.
All right. So that's about that on Abujawaka today. This episode was amazing. If you don't know about Mr. Paul now, you know. So see you on the next episode. My name is Prodigy. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.